There we go. I do. Oh, okay. Shit. Yeah, all I really have to do is like one more part of the tank thing, the tank role quest.
To fray, its lands rent by tooth and claw.
Myself, you know. And I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
As the chaos spread, the star seemed doomed to unravel. And yet... there were those who stood in defiance of that fate. The hour is come, Vritra. It's all or nothing. Stage is set, but will our hero deign to play their part? You took your time. 'Tis as we feared. The respite afforded this land was but fleeting. The end draweth nigh. secrets to tell. Take care, my friend.
keep its counsel while the world is lost to ruin.
It would. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Past the far edge of fate. Green blades dark and light. Tolling the coming of the end.
All right, let's go. Oh, I love it so much. So yeah, I think I started playing Final Fantasy 14 when only when like Stormblood was out. I don't think Shadowbringers was even out yet. And then when Shadowbringers came out, I wasn't even playing Final Fantasy 14 at the time. I wasn't able to get my sub back. And then when I picked Final Fantasy 14 back up, it was in Boost Shadowbringers, and I was still in ARR. But anyways, so like I wasn't like up to date on things, so what's it called? So I wasn't like all super hyped for Shadowbringers, like the trailer, the opening video thing. But when I watched it, I was pretty excited for it. Yes. I hate how loud that music is. I mean, I know it's a fanfare and those are supposed to be loud, but come on now. Classical. Cool. That looks pretty cool. Ooh, that looks very like Greek Romanesque. Like not necessarily from those places, I just mean like from that era. Yeah, see the little wings. Uvim meat. I don't think I have to worry. I don't think Zola is going to be on. And if he is, pretty sure he'd message me in Discord first, hopefully. But yeah, I'll probably finish up doing these this little daily stuff that I do. I've actually not been doing my Beast Tribe quests, so that's bad on me. You want her in. Gladiator. I do think that I have too many DPSs. Get out of here. We are going to go finish Just roll quest. I was using Gunbreaker just to get it some extra experience, but once it got to level 76, yeah, 76, the level 78 quest, I just switched to Paladin just so I could finish them. All right, let's start this up, grandson. Hey there, old man. I don't know you, and you don't know me. I know your story. Your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. He's a Dark Knight. For some reason, I didn't realize. So, something I want to do with Final Fantasy 14 is I do want to do like more side stuff. Even though I know that it's not what people like watching in terms of Final Fantasy 14 content. Where is my heal at? Was it this one? Let me see, there it is. no. I was like, wait, what is this? What is this gonna do? We should have it one time. Let him go. Not your bloody puppet. Watching Melinda. This was like really actually a sad mini story to me. And it's just like proof that you don't need to have like all this long drawn out stuff. Like you could have a story that spans 10 levels with one quest for every 2 levels, and like with just enough story you can make it good. Still in there. Not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter their sacrifice. Not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh. With that, the 3 treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Maybe Sul Ol will have some ideas. Let's head back to planet Plaeni. I love that castle. I love that it has pixie wings. It felt like I made my peace with him before we even... As you finally saw him for what he was and accepted that truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. You didn't have to cross blades with him. By the way, I've brought you some gifts. Three royal relics of Vobert. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. Now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Saldia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Not sure how I feel about that, but okay. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him, if you can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy, but he did. As have you, on no few occasions, I am sure. It has been a pleasure. Do visit me should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on it. Yeah, so like even though I don't like how the Numos look, I don't mind them. Oh no, I got the hiccups. Wait, isn't there supposed to be a fourth one? Or a fifth one? Because there's healer. Isn't there? There's one for healer, tank, magical DPS, and physical DPS, right? So there should be four of them? Huh. I did these like long ago and very scattered, so... Having returned to where all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Fikayo's sign and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Leonard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one. I took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I have yet to thank you properly. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. Sinner. Good question. Can't say I feel at home here or in Wright or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled a fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most. Always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. And helping folks in need fits the bill. Isn't that what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing in the end? So, let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. Yeah, it was the dude from Yulmore, right? Wheresoever you go, may you find shade. Sometimes I forget that the main thing about Shadowbringers is there's no light, or there's no night. Pretty much. Hmm. Yeah, okay, so there was the other dude, and he left where. Journey. Ingen? What is this? Good story. Uldan. Guardian. Oh, he says. No, okay, so. I'm gonna go look this up real quick. Like FF14, the heroes journey. Okay, so I think this is something different. Shadows a walk with what this is. Sometimes you get these things and they're like okay, so you have to Shadowbringers, you have to finish to have loved and lost, which I just did. Soul of Temperus, healer, the physical DPS, magical, yeah. Okay, so Okay. To finish the Warring Triad, that's weird to me, but whatever. Okay, so I do need to do these. I need to do this one along with some other ones, but we will do those some other time. For now, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Change that. Great work. I saved about 200 gil by doing this way. Word. My black mage is almost level 84. It'll get to 84 when whenever I do another another leveling roulette. Oh. Oh, well, whatever. I love this song, so. The boy Merod was glad to hear the news of the Foundation. It means okay, so I already read these. Right then, now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsia's boat again? Not this time. Once Shtola informed me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akyali. One thing I really don't like, so one thing that really annoys me is all of the horses All of the ponies have their own special music, right? But then the ultimate pony, Kieran, here does not. It uses the generic mount music. I that. Oh. How much time is left? Oh my god, I didn't realize it had a thing like that. This. Oh, high fire. Oh, it's the AoE one. What am I thinking? I should have known that. Okay, I probably could have done multiples. Like I probably could have done a group at a time. Okay, let's go do these. I can't. Oh no, never mind. Oh no, no, no. 5. I can't do that one. Can I? Oh, actually, I guess I probably could. Got sidetracked. And really, it's only because I saw the Forlorn Maiden right there. That's a decent amount of experience that you really shouldn't pass up. There in time. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Bum 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 bum. Enhanced mana font. Come on. Oh, that one's not till 80. What exactly? I'm not sure exactly what that does. Does it grant enhanced flare? Enhanced flare? What is that? That's this thing. On uses mana font recast time to 1 seconds. Why is that 84? Like, I kind of wish that they would like. I don't know. But you definitely want to get used to doing shared fates, because the bicolored gemstones, you get some decent stuff from there, and there's actually decent materials as well. So especially if you want to do crafting, it saves you time with like gathering stuff. Tis likely not needed with Varshan along, but I held onto the map against the chance we might return to the ruins. Onto the boat, if you please. We can chat on the way there. And all this time, I thought the tales of Alzadal's horde were no more than drunken sailors' fancies. You need not keep your weapons close at hand. The guardians will not attack if I am present. Oh, I got a picture of that. The ship is yours to command. Our thanks, we set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting. Alzdal's legacy, to see the truth of a legend with mine own eyes. Now, I know that Nidhana is not human. I mean, a lot of Varshan's not human, neither is Nistola, right? But I do think that being curious and being excited about like adventures, I feel like that's a common thing between the right word. Intelligent? Would the word be sentient? I don't think that's the right word I'm looking for, but that's kind of what I mean. I thought we cleared this place of constructs the last time we came through. It would seem a few stragglers remained. Poor Vitra, he really should have spoken with Estinian before we left. I shudder to think what we've cost them in terms of construct. Oh, he attacked some of them? That's pretty funny. He laid waste to them ere I could utter a single word. I really wish that was part of the cutscene. Just like you walking in and Estinian just like destroying so many of them. Just like without hesitation.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There is something I wish to verify.
It's totally that is not
The
an
Noah
answer.
reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance.
Noah reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance.
Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
Okay, that's good.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Say nothing and look meaningfully Stinian.
And how would you do that? The gate is still too small for any of us to pass through.
Estinian is correct, which is why I've elected to send a familiar in our stead.
I need to go back and redo some of these scenes because I'm curious about some of the other options.
Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
What is she doing?
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form. From mountain
I
spring
love seeing
and
Y'shtola do her
rainfall
thing.
storm. From river flow and life be born.
What is going?
Water, froth and foam!
Oh, fail! A pixie?
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Water, froth and foam! Time to play!
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
They really have Y'shtola they really have her emoting a lot in this patch, and I love it.
I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve us well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
He looks so shocked.
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well. Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know. Let us begin, shall we?
Ah, that was great. I almost thought she was gonna transfer, like, it was like a magical girl transformation.
Nixies, into the void.
Water, water, fire! Into Shadowbringers we go!
Are we gonna have to fight something? Sister, save me. I will never see Y'shtola the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. Wait, what? I struggle to picture Y'shtola as a little girl. Easier to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. That's pretty funny, actually. We need to wait for a time to ensure a meaningful result. Be patient and keep watch for any intruder. What is Nidhana doing?
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Oh no! It's actually kind of sad.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
That is it.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
I think I still want an explanation.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness.
Okay.
In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
What, in the Crystal Tower?
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way.
I need Ishtola to be immortal because she like wants to do so much stuff. She wants to do
First, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
She wants to do so much stuff that like she couldn't do it in one lifetime.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
What is he thinking? He's got to be really conflicted because he doesn't want to put his people in danger, but he also wants to get his sister back. So it's a very understandable complication that he's dealing with. Seeing the Void's terrors firsthand was an experience, but I doubt fear of such creatures is at the root of Vitra's hesitation. I really need to start doing materia melding. Once Nidhana succeeds in replicating the Mach Atmos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor. To be honest, I've no interest in visiting the Void myself. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. That was not an answer I was expecting from him. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the Void's influence for a prolonged length of time. I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant, busy alchemists who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? What? Wow, it teleported me here? I'm not used to games doing that, like, at all. Especially Final Fantasy XIV. Wait, why don't we just go talk to Jessie? Isn't she just right there? She's literally right there. We should know better. Brings you to the Ironworks. We have a commission for you and your president, actually, assuming he's available. Let's see if he has a few more. Sid knows that whenever we're showing up, like, it's going to be something interesting for him to do. You know? Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Median and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation? It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface. Much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds, in which case our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. How might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like. I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. So I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocol. I swear I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidhana getting on with the mock Atmos. See how it just left me here? That's what I expect in this game. In most RPGs or JRPGs that I play. Okay, I'm not sure how things get added into the unending codex, but I thought it would have added some people. Be right back. 1 second. And I'm back. Okay. What? Wait, so I'm actually close? Oh. Wait, actually, I don't understand. I can.
Ah, hey, Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial Atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
It's both good and bad.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm.
Ashdaya. And you kind of read the J as a Y in there.
It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself,
Accent.
I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people.
I like this chick right here. I really like Araz.
Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan. You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all.
Yeah, I do remember him saying that.
And if you are
That was a long time ago.
then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan.
I just picked that because it sounded like the better option. I completely forgot he said that to me.
My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Huh. That was interesting. What? Someone needed to give that boy a good talking to. You don't suppose I'll be reprimanded, do you? I did just yell at the central. That's actually pretty funny. Convincing others to follow their hearts is not my forte. I would have gladly let our more philosophical comrades take the lead had they been here. We'll have that Atomos built before you know it. When a project like this comes along, we give it our full and undivided attention. Sleep? Ha! Who needs it? Oh, that reminds me. I really should finish that other project I was working on for His Excellency. Third project? Okay. Wait, I think this is already the last quest of 6.1. I didn't even realize that I was on it. Yep. So 6.2 is going to be our adventure into the void. You surprise me, Istinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vitra reach this conclusion. 'Twas for their greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night. And had travelers believing the palace wrecked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer then? You seemed disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Radatasker's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. There is a chance we can spare Vitra that pain. I will follow you. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megaduta. I don't know about that. Like, but then again, I guess Varshan is gonna have like dragon powers, right? But yeah, I definitely would have wanted to take, actually probably Graha, because one of the things you need is you need people who are like good at studying stuff. And I don't think that our character has really shown that they're good at that. Conducting our expedition out of the Rising Stones would raise just as many questions as recruiting too many scions. East here in Radzat Han, we might be expected to appear road weary from our local exploration. I was put up in a guest room in the palace while I awaited my audience with Vitra. I expect we'll be given the use of something similar. And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Okay, so it's setting it up as like, okay, we need to wait for these to open up, and then we can go on our little adventure. As Daya. gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means to me, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience. For you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart, this I know. Oh. Doesn't look creepy at all.
And thus I am returned. To this world, bereft of saviors.
That paths unwalked, adventures spur, pulses quicken, spirits stir. Okay then. Our journey into the void promises to be neither short nor simple, yet I will persevere. I have kept my sister waiting for far too long. Now I'm gonna have to go find some, That looks kind of. I like this grape purple. I actually really like that color. Wine red. I like wine red as well. Looks okay right there, actually. Some people like this, like really red. Like that actually looks pretty good, actually. I like darker colors. Looks like a bell dress. Wonder what white mage weapons I have on hand. Okay, I need to go follow the radiant. Okay. So this is the continuation of the role quests for Endwalker. Thanks to you, the people of Doma have earned a short reprieve from the woes that befall our world. Should I find time to visit the Swallow's Compass, I shall keep you in my prayers as I pay respect. To think the notorious commander of the Company of Heroes would show his face after all these years. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. While the veil of despair has been lifted from Gridania, our work is far from finished. It will take time and effort for its people to accept that peace has returned. Allow me to offer my thanks on behalf of my comrades, Post and Alamigo. With the blasphemy finally dealt with, they can breathe. All breathe a sigh of relief. I cannot thank you enough for assisting the blasphemy hunters in Alamigo, and for your work in addressing the root causes of the phenomenon. We, as a country, have been made to take a long, hard look at ourselves and the way we treat each other. Perhaps now we can pave the way to a better future as well. I am not good with those. What's up, Reen? Not expecting that. Reen! Okay. That looks so cute. Go, Reen, go! Change it. Actually, edit. Finished. 6.1. Time for side nonsense. Oh, what? So confused. The glint in Shirabot's eyes suggests he was hoping you might pass through. Look at that picture. Anisana. Also, now done with 6.1. Only real wow. This is Great West. Picture. Nice. I want a house. Finished. 6.1 though. Just put it on story mode. Now, should I do these right now? There's a few, isn't there? All around good egg and champion of, well, the whole world, I suppose. Word travels fast, my friend. We've heard all about your exploits defeating the blasphemies that plagued the good people of Eorzea and Doma. Sadly, there are other fell beasts that yet want for slaying, but fear not. Our efforts to bring them low proceed apace, and we've had naught but glad tidings from our ally. Reports from Garlemald, however, suggest another blasphemy threat lurks in the snows, and we received a petition for assistance. Really? And to make matters worse, they say the Garleans who chose to remain and rebuild have begun transforming into yet more hideous creatures. Though, if I may be frank, I was not expecting Charlayan of all places to be so concerned with the present state of Garlemald, what with their strict policies on non-intervention. Perhaps we'll find out the reason before this is all over, but that's an inquiry for another time. I'll not keep you any longer. Once you arrive in Garlemald, I should think the intelligence officer stationed there will be more than happy to apprise you of the situation. Garlemald, huh? I'm so confused. Okay, I need to go to I don't need to go to Orvrant, Lidaron, and then I will go to, I guess, Yulmore, and then I will go So, a personal quest of mine is to do these side quests right here, to clean them up, just because I want to. I kind of like doing them, not so much in that like I have to complete everything. I just like that some of the things that you find doing them. Oh, Berserker. Here, I need to... Because this is where I spend sacks of nut, right? Oh, these are daily. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'll be right back. 1 second. And I'm back. Okay. Oh, that's a good. So I do need to farm nuts. I need to farm sacks of nuts to get these things so I can augment my gear. But I'm probably not gonna do the hunts on stream. I think Anya got about 50 minutes, at the least 50 minutes of stream time left. Go to Broken Glass. Yeah, that's fine. Right here, I guess. I'm curious about these. Ihari, it's an honor to have you with us, miss. I presume you're come to assist in our hunt for the blasphemy? Maxima and Lucia will be pleased to hear it if you would come this way. You know what, though? I'll just do it. There. Fortuitous circumstances. We were reluctant to call upon you, knowing you but recently returned from the far reaches of the heavens, but we are no less glad for your aid. Now then, I believe it is best if the man who first discovered this blasphemy explained the situation. Who is it? Orshna? Good, we may forgo introductions then. Thank you for answering our call for assistance. As for the situation at hand, it concerns a joint effort between the Forum and the Loperites to find a new purpose for the moon. While there is no longer need for a vessel to evacuate the star, we believe the moon may yet prove of use to the people of Aetheris. After much contemplation, a rather ingenious proposal was put forward to transform the moon into a repository for man's knowledge, an archive of hitherto unseen scale. I don't know, like... Like you have so many, there's so many people on Aetheris who are homeless, starving, probably dying of thirst, and you want to turn the moon into a giant library. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I feel like there has to be a better use for it than just storing a bunch of books there. What's more, it is beyond the jurisdiction of any one nation. Thus did we consult the allied nations of Eorzea, the Far East, and Radzat Han. They agreed to assembling a survey team to take measure of the moon and its potential as a repository. Our plans for assessment were forestalled, however, by the presence of an entity we believe to be a blasphemy in the Tower of Babel. I might actually do these as ninja. Claims of Garlean citizens transforming into monsters shortly after its discovery only gave further credence to our initial supposition. But we've not only ill tidings to share. Reinforcements have been dispatched to aid us in quelling the blasphemy threat. Lord Artoriel and a member Gridanian's Keepers of the Entwined Serpents have already begun an investigation into the catalyst of these transformations. Though the skies no longer burn and the spread of this affliction is much curtailed, we must remain vigilant. Until the blasphemy threat has been quelled, Alphino and Alice have graciously offered to help keep calm the people of Tertium while we attend to the people here. The matter of the blasphemy is not so easily resolved, I'm afraid. So when I came back, I turned on my little heater because it was a little cold and I'm stupid and wearing shorts, but like I turned it on and it's already warm enough in here. We certainly met with certain complications that have hindered our plans. Ugiri and Fordola. That's an interesting pair I was not thinking to see. I'd like to join you if I may, as this endeavor was originally undertaken on Charlayan's behalf. I feel it is my responsibility to see through to its conclusion. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna do these as ninja. I only do MSQs solely as white mage. And if I'm going to go hunting, I'll be a ninja. Somehow I should have known you would turn up eventually. You, Gary, always looks so awesome. I did not expect to see you here of all places, but I am no less glad for your presence. I presume word of the blasphemy is what brought you here, in which case I believe it may be best if a member of the reconnaissance team's guard explain the situation. An acquaintance of yours? I'd heard tell ye were the worldly sort, but bugger me if I know where ye heard my name before. I'm just a lowly sword for hire, hoping to fatten my purse with a touch of mercenary work after taking my leave from Limsa. Job sounded simple enough, but, well, I'm sure you wouldn't be here if it were, eh? But you hear about me, did you? The blasphemy we're after is making its nest in the upper reaches of the Tower of Babel. Auxiliary sector, I believe it was. But it wasn't alone. A sizable horde of beasts were circling about like knights protecting their queen. Naturally, we thought to strike from a distance before engaging earnest, but not a single bullet reached its mark. They were protected by some manner of mystical shroud as far as I could figure. Without a keen eye for magic, I don't see anyone getting through. By the time we understood the futility of the situation, we'd been spotted. Retreat was our only option. Pains me to say it, but there won't be any brute forcing our way through this one. My understanding was that once transformed, these blasphemies are completely devoid of ether. With what energies could it create such a barrier? That's the question, isn't it? My first thought was some heretofore unknown technique for conjuring shields. Needless to say, I'm out of my depth when it comes to matters of magic. Which is precisely why I plan to speak to the Elder Seedseer when she arrives. If anyone can help us find a way to overcome the blasphemy's protection, it's her. I love seeing like all the different people from different nations working towards something. Would we trouble you to help with the not so small matter of people changing into beasts? The blasphemy's horde was large enough when first we found it. We can't afford for more to join its ranks. Very well. We shall reconvene with Lord Artoriel and discuss strategy. Artoriel? Artoriel? About the tower. From the moment we set foot inside, I could swear there was someone or something watching them. I shrugged it off, thinking it a figment of my imagination, but in hindsight, I'm not so sure. Nothing to worry ourselves about, but best keep on your guard when we do finally return to the tower. Arenvald sends his regards, by the way. He asked me to tell you not to push yourself, but we all know what a waste of breath that'll prove to be. Lord Hien will be arriving ere long, happily dressed for the cold, I should hope. Yosetsu would no doubt count himself fortunate to be absent if he knew we were here. I wouldn't give for a nice hot bowl of soup. But see, the good thing about the way that I like to play is that I could use any of these jobs and be perfectly fine. I wonder how many people play this game and literally only ever use one job. And I don't mean like they made an alt character and they want to use Bard and have it be like a Bard character or something like that. I mean somebody who picked this game up, picked a class, and literally played only that class ever, and like has not leveled or touched any of the other ones, like hardly or at all. Good to have you with us. Artoriel? Indeed, the road before us is not an easy one, and a woman of your talents will prove invaluable to our efforts. We but recently returned from reconnaissance, wherein we made a few rather surprising discoveries. First and foremost, we were pleased to discover that no one residing within Camp Broken Glass or Tertium have turned, no doubt thanks to the concerted efforts of Maxima, Alphino, and Alexei. However, we have reason to believe those who did turn all hail from Locus Moenus? The very same. When the ill effects of the final days begin to manifest there, a number of Garlean refugees from the region sought sanctuary in Garlemald. The capital was already in ruins when they arrived. They were offered asylum, but many refused and instead chose to fend for themselves on the outskirts of the city. We are a mind to go and speak with them directly if you would care to join us. Perhaps together we can learn what of their recent circumstances has triggered such terrible change among them. Why is this giving me potions? Like, these are actually not that bad. Like, plus 151 dexterity, that's not too bad. but have a 5-minute recast time, and they only last for 30 seconds. Like if these lasted for 5 minutes and you couldn't use one again until the effects ran out, that would be nice. Or at least, I don't know, like last half as long as the recast time, like last 2.5 minutes. That'd be great. But the fact is, like, you have to take time to drink it, and it takes a little while, and you can't attack when you're doing that. I still wish Ocean better. This was it 8%? Dex max. Great. 5-minute cast. Potion only lasting 30 seconds. Feel like people would they lasted for like Is his attire different? He wasn't always wearing that, right? Didn't he wear like boobs or something? Oh, this. We didn't even meet the sister. Like that was such a it was sad and frustrating at the same time. That they should choose to reside here in the cold, I can but presume they will not be amenable to conversation. Even so, we must not be deterred. Oh wow, okay, so this is really weird. Talk? What is there to talk about? We've no home, no future, nothing. This doom spells the end for us all. Come to hear our grievances, have you? We've more than you have time to hear them, I'm sure. We've lost not one, but two homes. Our loved ones, our livelihood, there's nothing left. I served my time with the military. For what? To lose all my friends, my son, and there was naught to show for it but our claim to Locus Amoenus. Or so we thought. Calamity was visited upon us for reasons we know not. And when we thought to flee, it followed on our heels to Garlemald. Ruin and ash at every turn. Can't imagine why you or anyone else would feign interest in our troubles, but if you insist, you'll find a great many of the people here were in the military at one time or another. Some retiring with honors and others without. Sadly, I'm one of the latter. Wore one too many scars in battle. Even so, my contributions were enough to warrant leave to move to Locus Amoenus. It was a land of warmth and bounty. The Corvosi rebellion admittedly proved troublesome for a time, but it didn't take long for the Second Legion to quell their uprising. You could practically drown in the common quiet. And then one day the skies came alive with flame. We were overrun by all manner of foul beasts born of our brothers and sisters. The Second Legion barely had time to assemble their forces before they were overrun and snuffed out. But we were greeted only with more wrack and ruin on our arrival here, and we've not the strength to take our home back from the Corvosi a second time. I don't even know who the Corvosi is. I heard much of the same. The military forces of Locus Amoenus were defeated in the wake of the final days. Desperate to survive, they naturally fled to Garlemald, seeking sanctuary. It was their hope that the might of the Empire would allow them to reclaim the home they were forced to abandon, but the capital was already in ruin when they arrived. Needless to say, the lands they have long believed to be the ancestral home of the Garlean people may remain forever lost to them. Those unfamiliar with history would believe they have always resided in the bitter cold climes of northern Ilsabard, but that was only after the Corvosi invaded 800 years prior. Advent of Magitech, I imagine it was all too easy for Emperor Solus to rally his people, take back what they believed to be rightfully theirs. Yet history will tell us true that the land they call Locus Amoenus has been known by other names and served as home to myriad peoples. Indeed, one need only look back to the Allegan's reign, the Third Astral Era, to give the lie to Garlean claims of sovereignty. Yet even had they such ancestral ties to Locus Amoenus, antecedents cannot justify their animosity to foreign peoples. Animosity poorly veiled by delusions of justice, as has been the case for so many nations throughout history. Would that man had the sense and strength of will to break free from such chains of hatred. Quickly. Wow, okay, so it just happens just like that. I mean, if they're blasphemies, right? One of my mates seemed unwell, so I thought to come over and look in on him. Next thing I knew, he... Whoa. Whoa. Can you do / look out for a vista? Oh. A little. I'm not even sure what to call this. Display pops up that shows vista. Also tells it I think it's a neat addition, and actually makes me want to activate this. Like I honestly had like zero desire to do vistas before. Yeah, I remember. This is me fired. Before I had none. No desire. For a blessing no others have turned, and a measure of calm has been restored, if only for the moment. Witnesses were able to offer a clue as to the source of the transformation. They claim the afflicted was listening to the radio again? Fire. More. How is this possible? There are no facilities left standing that could possibly deliver a broadcast. Anima was capable of sending such a message. The last time this happened, the signal came from the Tower of Babel. With this stupid Anima. Be that as it may, Anima is no more, and the Tower of Babel has fallen into disrepair by your hand, no less. Which begs the question, who or perhaps what could be behind this? What's up, Amaric? Shortly after we finished our inquiry at Liminal Station 4, Lord Amaric and Admiral Merlwyb arrived and requested an audience. Oh, what's up, Merlwyb? Apologies for our late arrival. Knowing firsthand the devastation of which blasphemies are capable, I discussed the matter with the Admiral, and we were of one mind that the situation warranted our immediate presence. Is it safe to presume a representative of the survey team has already arrived? Indeed, I have. Thank you for coming all this way on such short notice. Recent events here at the camp have proved most enlightening. This is the aforementioned radio. No more, never again rise ashes. A harsh reminder of their misfortune, sufficient to push some wayward few over the edge. Yet there still remains the question of who is sending this message and from where. For glory everlasting for Garlemald. No, it couldn't be. Oh, I forgot he was from Garlemald. Isn't he? Or he was like a conscript or something? A mantra often spoken by Lord Nerva. Anyone who lived in the provinces under his authority could scarcely forget those words. Sought to claim the throne after the assassination of Emperor Varus, did he not? After civil war broke out, he all but disappeared according to the intelligence we managed to gather. How could he have managed to breach the tower undetected? To have done so and remain unnoticed by the creatures infesting the tower seems a nigh impossible task, unless... I do, and as it was with Anima, these radios are somehow attuned to whatever signal it emits from the tower. What's more, I believe the true identity of the blasphemy is Nerva. Robbed of the throne and forced to watch the empire he longed to command crumble before his very eyes. If such loss did not drive him to the same fate as Quintus, Nerva's delusions of grandeur aside, the Garleans' plight sounds not unlike the Sahagin, desperate to preserve their spawning ground. Indeed, though unscrupulous by any measure, the Garleans found solidarity in their ideology, as did the people of Ishgard in the church, adrift without home or purpose. So all too easy for despair to take hold. Would that a remedy were as simple as offering them land as we did the Sahagin? All likelihood, the Garleans would refuse to settle for aught less than what they believed to be their ancestral homeland of Locus Amoenus. Claim the Corvosi would readily take arms to denounce. We would do well not to further fan the flames of animosity twixt them. Then perhaps, at the very least, we can offer them peace of mind and a means to regain some semblance of stability in their lives. By no means an easy solution, perhaps the only one worthy of pursuit. Of course, this new Garlemald must remain a sovereign nation, free from the oversight of others. They would so no meaning otherwise. If I'm not mistaken, Alphino and Alice have already made strides in helping the people here regain some normalcy in their day-to-day living. The most important first step, but it will mean little without proper leadership. Okay. There are a number of former Senate members among the refugees. Camp of Broken Glass, as I recall. final days has taken much from you all. I can but imagine the pain you feel in the face of such immeasurable loss. And though the final days have been averted, its effects yet linger, and a blasphemy has been born of your suffering. Decisive action must be taken before further harm is wrought upon you. To overcome such adversity is too great a task for any one person. As a people united, there may yet be hope for the morrow. While it is not our place to decide how you will move forward, we would offer a small measure of guidance. We were told a number of former members of your Senate yet remain among you. Would you be amenable to an interim government led by these individuals until such time as Garlemald can be rebuilt? Even if we do cobble together some governing council, they won't be making anything of that pile of ash we dare call Garlemald. There's no going back to Locus Omoenis either. Back in ruin, those are our only option. I realize to rebuild Garlemald is a seemingly impossible task, but you needn't undertake it alone. My children are working with members of the 1st Legion as we speak to begin an organized relief effort. And there are others from the provinces, no doubt willing to lend their expertise. You need but ask, not as would-be conquerors, but as brothers and sisters of this star, and others will heed your call. If you should still see no merit in the rebuilding of Garlemald, then I would instead offer you residency in Sharlayan. I promise you will be welcomed with open arms. Sharlayan? So now you'd expect us to go and lick boots in some country we've never even heard of? My apologies if I appeared overly forward in my proposition. Considering our strict policies on non-intervention until but recently, it is not surprising that you are unfamiliar with my homeland. It is an island nation to the north, home to myriad peoples, which is why I believe it would not prove difficult to accommodate you and your. To be clear, you would not be migrating to Sharlayan to live in servitude. You have my word that each and every one of you would be guaranteed citizenship upon entry. Sharlayan was long aware of the coming doom that would be the final days, and so we were preparing to evacuate the star, taking as many people and resources as our stores would allow. Initially, it was our intent to save the people of Garlemald as well, but we had not forgotten your transgressions invading Alamigo, your rejection of our entreaties for peace. After a great deal of deliberation, please don't give Garlemald the moon. It was decided that we would forego an invitation to Garlemald, a determination made with great trepidation. We had convinced ourselves it was ultimately for the greater good, though I can think of at least one individual who would continue to protest. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, is indolence. Sage counsel I brazenly cast aside when confronted with the final days in earnest. And refused to forsake those we were otherwise unwilling to save. With great risk to themselves, they achieved the impossible and opened my eyes to the error of the forum's decision. If all other roads lead to ruin regardless, perhaps we should at least consider it. Then it would be my pleasure to invite you all to Camp Broken Glass, where you shall have warm food and beds both. Admiral Merlwyb and I shall speak with Maxima and the others and consider how best to assist the Garleans moving forward. Should we broach the subject of the blasphemy, however, we will not hesitate to call upon you. These are pretty much just a lot of dialogue. It's pretty nice, actually. With the Garleans' hearts at ease, the likelihood of others turning has greatly diminished. That said, it is no cause for us to grow complacent. We must needs find a way to overcome the blasphemy's protective warding. In which case it would be prudent to learn more of the men who birthed this monstrosity. For mercy, their tempering was not so severe as to be beyond our ability to heal them. They are presently being treated... Okay. I feel like I should end stream on a leveling route. I don't think Zol is going to show up. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I think I will go pee real quick, and then I'll queue up for a leveling roulette. And it will be as Black Mage. Right back real quick. Alright, I'm back. Black Mage. Let. Bulb's not on. I think this is too early for Zol. Minutes. I never know when one of these fates is going to be doubt that all those people are going to this one over here though. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's like, because it would. I have like no time to do anything. But whatever. This is at least it's something to do, and I do actually need bicolored gems. So that's good. I don't remember what I need them for, but I need them. Interesting. When I was doing these, when I was doing shared fates, when I was grinding them to just to finish them, I think there was ever a time where this many people were actually also doing them at the same time. Don't attack me. I can't remember how many you need. Is it like 10? Seven? I just take my chances with that. See how many did I do? I did like 7 of them. 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, that was enough. 6 or 7. I think I did. So I'm need to make sure I get my tomestones of astronomy. So interesting that people are doing these right now for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why there's so many people do. Hot. Is this the one where you have to defend the boxes? Looks like I'm not going to be able to partake in that one. That's fine. I would rather do my... I'd rather do my leveling roulette anyways. What is this? Alex well or whatever? Just gonna sit back here and free cast. I did I did the lightning really late. Or thunder, I guess it's called. Do I lose these if I don't switch back and forth? Should be a boss right now. Got my I got I'm gonna let it run out. I think I lose them. Yeah. Not a big deal, but yeah. It took a little bit of time, but I'm remembering my black mage stuff. Ah, fast one. especially when you can get two polyglots. Polyglots. When you can get two polyglots, you want to keep your gauge going. Woo. We have a paladin though, so we do have a little bit of healing. That person changed their glam. Oh, casting, 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 yo. Oh. Alright. I did this dungeon like yesterday, so it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I'm concentrating though, like I can barely even read chat. Green. Okay. So I think that's pretty much going to be it for me. To go to Gridania and get rid of that crap. For something else. All right, so so I could probably put that my ley line like right out here. Run in there, get rid of all my crap, and then teleport back out. But anyways, I was gonna ask something, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, well, Machinist is still my favorite of the range DPS. Yeah, we did a pretty good job, I think, in that dungeon. Rough stone flooring. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do tomorrow for stream. Because I'm done with Before We Leave. One. The low ball by 1 gil. Because I'm done with Before We Leave. I'm gonna be completely honest, like I pretty much found out what the end of the game is, and I don't like it at all. So I'm pretty much dropping that game. It was a fun little game, don't get me wrong. But since I'm dropping that, need to think about what else I would want to play. I'm thinking maybe I'll do Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow, because one of the things I want to do is I want to do side quests as specific jobs, and I'm pretty sure I have stuff I need to do in Heavensward side quest wise, and I like doing those ones as Dragoon. So I might do that. I've interesting that you can dye weapon. Okay, as the white head. I have more than enough glamour for this. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. I like this staff actually. Anyways. So I might just do that tomorrow. I might come on here and do my dailies. I'll do like my leveling roulette. I'll do my beast tribe quests. And I'll get that crap done at the start of stream. And then I will probably go to Heavensward and do a bunch of side quests as Dragoon. So, just to explain it a little bit more, because all of Heavensward happens in Ishgard and its surrounding areas, I'm going to do that as Dragoon. Everything in Gir Abania, I'm going to do as Monk. Everything in the Far East, I'm going to do as Samurai. Everything in Shadowbringers, I'll have to think about that because even though Gunbreaker and Dancer came out in that expansion, I don't necessarily think that they fit with the Shadowbringers aesthetic. I guess Dark Knight. I really want to play as Dark Knight though. Maybe Black Mage. And I don't really want to use something that's already max level. Well, I have to think about that. But I definitely want to do the ones in Heavensward before I max out Dragoon. Because even though it's not a lot of experience, you know, it's... Oh, this person. People must have like access to just like lists of people who are currently online and they just like mass send out stuff. Anyways, Shadowbringers, because Stormblood, the two places in Stormblood, I'm doing two different jobs for those. So maybe with Shadowbringers, I'll do like the Raktika Greatwood would be good with... Actually with Bard, but I don't really want to do those Bard. I'll probably just do whatever needs to be done at the time. I probably won't do those as something specific unless I can figure something out. And then the stuff for Endwalker I care about even less doing as a specific job. Whatever. Find something that goes better with us. Because I'm out of here. I'm hungry. I need to go to Costco. Costco's gonna be busy Saturday. What do I want to eat though? I don't really have anything at the house. Anyways, I'm out of here. Anybody happens to be there, thanks for watching. Tomorrow I might come back with more Final Fantasy 14. Maybe I'll do like a story mode type thing. That's pretty chill. Maybe. But if I do before we leave, I would have to start another map, and I don't want to do that. I could just play Tropico. I could just play Evil Genius 2. Those wouldn't be too bad. I don't know about Vampire Survivors. For whatever. I'm out of here. Laters.